Hello guys, my name is Costa, and for today's video we're going to be looking at how we can count the shots fired, and we're going to have these three variables over here. We're going to have the total number of misses, total number of hits, and just the overall and total shots. So people don't have to add up the misses and hits to get the total. They're lazy. So there are again many ways to do this, but the way I'm going to, I think it's going to be the one that we can use more for multiple purposes. I think is where we can do that really. And my way is to create a subroutine which will calculate the number of misses, hits in the board. Now the reason I've chosen that way is because I know one of the tasks I also want to do is saving and loading the game, and instead of me having to put in the number of valid shots in that save file, instead what I simply can do is I can just calculate it. So what I can do is when you load the board, just run the subroutine to calculate it for me, so I don't have to waste some space on the text file, or I don't have to just load that extra bit of information. So I'm just going to put, I'm going to put above the make player move, because the make player move is the one which actually displays the hits and misses. So I'm just going to put it just above. I'm going to call this def calculate shots. Is all I'm just going to, is all that I'm going to call it, and I'm just going to say bring me up the board, please, and bring me the board. And what I want to do is I want to actually loop through the board. Now, there's many ways of how we can do this again. I think the way I'm going to do, I think it's the best way. I think it's the most easiest and efficient way to do it, I believe, personally. So let's start cracking. So, the first thing I feel like is we need some variables. So we're going to say is number of hits. We'll start with hits. 0. Number of misses equals 0, and just the total shots. We're going to call this total shots, and it'll just be a simple calculation of both of them to get the total number really. So we're going to start with for row in range of 10. Now, again, there are ways that I could have done. There are different ways I could have done this. I could have said instead for row in range of the length of the board, for example. But I know that the length of the board is 10, so I don't really have to specify the length of the board, because I know it's always going to remain 10 for the rows, 0 to 9. I'm always going to know it. That's it. But you could, if you wanted to, put in row in range length. You know, I could just say len, then I could just use board, and I could just say do the length of the board. I could do that. So yeah, I could do length of board, and actually, why not? Really, I'm coming to think about it. Instead of me specifying 10, I could just say length of board. Really, I'm trying to see if there's any. I don't think there's any arguments for row of 10. Maybe it's that the length of board, it'll have to calculate that. It may be more efficient just to do 10, but again, the performance won't be a big difference in performance, I believe. So, you know, let's actually just leave it as 4 length. Why not? I know one of the tasks could be changed the length of the board. Yeah, and we're going to change this to a column. Not that one, this one. Column. And the reason we're saying, the reason we're using is a row and column is because we're going to go, so what's going to happen, it's going to say 0, 0, 1, 1, and why are we doing that is because this if statement is going to look at the board, and it's going to look at 0 and 0, so it's going to look at row 0 and column 0, and it's going to say is if in that area, if there's a hit, right? So if there's a H, add that to our hits, right? Plus equals 1. Add 1 and assign it to the hits, please. And if the board has an M, has a miss. Well, it's not actually hits, it's number of hits, sorry. Number of misses. And it's gonna keep on doing that, so it's gonna keep on going, you know, it's gonna go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and it's gonna go through each individual, I guess, coordinates, you could call it, of the board and check in. Do you got H? Do you got M? You have H, let's add it up to the hits. You have M, let's add up to the misses. Let's keep on doing that. And we then want is the total, so we just simply just say total shots equals total shot equals plus equals plus equals number of hits plus the number of misses. We're just gonna add both of these and we're just gonna assign it to the total shots. Then we also want to then is print up to here number of hits plus is just the number of hits, number of misses, just the number of misses, and the number of total shots fired. Total shots fired. It's just the total shots. Now we want this to run every single time the player. We want this to run just every single time the player decides to make a move. Right? Makes sense. When the player makes a move, get this, please. Or run this. So we're just gonna put at the end of this subroutine, let's just say, dude, or not dude, computer, run the subroutine calculate shots for me, please. And it'll run that. It'll come over here and it'll just calculate all this and just print it out for you. Right? So let's just F5 this. Hopefully it works. Let's see if it is. So if we enter 2 and 3, we've got an error. Can't convert. Oh, silly me. We've got to string this up. Also have to string this up. One. So yeah, let's do 3 and 4, and there we go. Number of misses, total shots fired, 1, 1, makes sense. But what I am going to do, because why not, is I'm going to add the print over here, just to clear us with some room. Also, you know, just some room that we can have. Well, we need to get a hit so we can test this. No, that's a mess. This may take a while. Okay, we got a hit, and look, it did add up the number of hits. What's also good about this really is that it should, it should reset to the total shots fired or whatever. It should reset once if you wish to play the game again. So if you won the game or lost the game, you wish to play the game again without having to close and open up the program. It should reset because number of hits and misses, as you can see in this subroutine, are always reset. They're always just set to 0. Let's recalculate this, reevaluate the board, right? Assign them to 0 and then let's just recalculate them. And it does that every single time you make a move. Again, some people may say that's inefficient, causing many calculations, you're causing the whole board to be calculated. But guess what? This is not really a big game. And plus you're not getting marked in efficiency. If your code works, like the question asks you, make this and it works, it might not be the mark scheme, but if it does work and it actually makes sense to to the examiner, who should know the programming language, so they are a programmer, they should be able to see, yes, this is actually one way you could do this, and it works fine. Again, you're not being tested on efficiency, because again, many will argue that there are other ways of making this more efficient. Again, this game is not supposed to be efficient. Really, it's a text-based game. You know, there's no graphics, so it doesn't matter about efficiency. Anyway, that will be it for this video. For this video, and the next video we're going to be doing some more stuff. Hopefully, I think we're gonna well, hopefully, so hopefully, that's not really hopefully, we will be doing is saving the game. Currently, if you're unaware, there is a training text file which you can use to load the game. Here's the training or txt, but where's the loading? I know there is load game. Okay. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be reverse engineering the load game subroutine in the next video. We're going to be, this is what actual engineers do. They reverse engineer, so they look at this code, let's change it up so we can just save it. So let's just do the opposite, right? Let's just do of course the opposite of loading the game surely is saving the game. So can't we just do the opposite of the loading and change that to the saving? Again, of course, there's going to be some there's going to be some stuff you can add obviously for saving the game, because we want to save the game like this. Do I have a name? Hold on. We want to save it like this training game. Yeah. Go away. Which has hyphens and it's got, you know, where the ships are, etc. This is the training game. What we want to do, obviously, and again, this is one reason why I decided to do it like this. It's because I'm not going to have to put over here the numbers of how many shots fired and etc. The number of misses. It'll just load it up. I'll tell it when you load the game. Also calculate the shots for me, please. You know, just look through the board while the hits and misses, because we're also gonna make it so that the hits and misses are also on the board. So a H and M will also appear on the save file as well. But yeah, what I'm saying is you just reverse engineer. So I know I'm gonna be using the open. I know I'm gonna be using the rows, but instead of me reading, I'm gonna be writing to the file. Yeah. So again, it's just reverse engineering the load game. And again, you got a fantastic template here which you can just use. Really, it's a simple way to do it. You're just using hyphens and the letters. Really, it's not that difficult, I would say. I know the last no, was the last one? Can't remember. But I know with the specimen, I think it was, yeah, the specimen paper for the computer science A level. They had, one of the questions was create, was it the specimen? It was either the specimen of 2015. That had one of creating a fen, which I believe, I think it was actually 2015. Which was it 2015? I think it was. Which is really, I personally believe it's more difficult than doing this, really. But anyway, that'll be it for today's video. The next video we're going to look at saving and hopefully loading. Hopefully I can put that all into one video, saving and loading the game. Anyway guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys very soon. Goodbye.